Little Crash 15 here, and I am doing my PC like review. I've had it for a week now. I got it last Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, so I've had it for a week. I've done a lot on this computer. I've installed a lot of programs. I've done a lot of gaming, a lot of hardcore gaming. I've done streaming. I mean, you name it, I've done it on this laptop. And so I thought, okay, I've had it for a week. I've done a lot on it. I can go ahead and make an honest review of it. And I do have a couple of complaints, and there are a couple things that I do like about it. So we're going to start with the bad and end with the good. So to start out with the bad is the fans. The fans are super loud. The laptop has a very small chassis, I guess is what they called it. And since it's that small, it doesn't get rid of heat very well. So it gets hot very easily, and you hear those fans kick on. Those fans kick on into like overdrive, and you can just hear them like while I'm streaming. Luckily, I have like a noise gate and a compressor on, so you guys can't hear that. You guys may hear an echo. That's just my like recording room again. But yeah, so I have a noise gate and a compressor on with the help of OBS to block some of those sounds out. But yeah, so there is that. And then the fingerprint scanner, I can never get it to work. I showed you guys that in the last video that that it does have a fingerprint scanner, and no matter how many times or how clean my finger or the sensor is, I can never get that fingerprint scanner to work, which is odd because I've seen fingerprint scanners on like older Dells and stuff that were running like 7 and I think even Vista at the time, where like I see people just literally swipe their finger and boom, it's done. This one is not really the case, and it's like right below the mouse pad, so a lot of times like I'm scrolling the mouse down trying to do my fingerprint. The other thing I don't like is lack of USB ports. I feel like this laptop does not have a optical drive because of how small it is. I feel like they could have thrown in a few more USB ports, because when I am streaming and doing hardcore gaming, I use every one of my USB ports. I have an external mechanical keyboard because I don't like laptop keyboards. I just don't like how they're flat. I've gotten used to mechanical keyboards, so I hook a mechanical keyboard up to it. So there goes a USB. I have my own mouse. I have a wireless mouse, so I use that, and that takes up a USB spot. And then my headset is USB, and that takes up another USB spot. So that's 3 USBs, and that is all that this laptop has. But yet I have 2 micro HDMIs or mini HDMIs. I think I have a USB Type-C on here. I didn't see that before. Holy crap, I do. That's cool. So I have a USB Type-C and an HDMI port. So I wish that they would have taken some more room where the optical drive could have been. Instead, it's like a big vent for the fans. And I feel like they could have maybe added at least 2 more USB ports there. There's like a ton of vents on the back. So I mean, the thing has plenty of airflow, but it still gets super loud. And then the other bad was when I first got the computer, I could not get the webcam to work. And now I see why. After messing with it, enabling and disabling it, and I went somewhere in the settings and found in the settings that it was disabled, like not in Device Manager, but somewhere else. And I finally got the camera to work, and the webcam to turn on. And as soon as I got it turned on, it was like horrible quality. Not one of the options I got to choose when I built the laptop. And there is one other bad thing I just thought of, and it's actually in here. I wanted to show you guys this so you guys know what I'm running. I have the Intel i7-7700 HQ, clocked at 2.8 gigahertz. I feel like that's kind of low. I don't know if I can overclock that or not. But what I'm talking about is bad is installed memory. So my RAM, I have 8 gigabytes of RAM installed, but only 7.89 is usable. I've looked up fixes how to do this. I fixed this on old computers before, and there have been other computers to where I've had this issue, and no matter what I try, no matter what tutorial I use, I cannot get rid of this. Some people say it's for like system reserve and you can't change it. And then there's other computers where, I can just go in and change it and boom, it's done. So if any of you guys know how to fix the 7.89 gigabyte usable RAM out of 8, I would greatly appreciate that. And that's another thing I wish I would have, spent the extra money on, was more RAM. Because I see that this thing gets hung up a lot. For it having an i7 with 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM, I really overestimated the DDR4. I was like, oh, it's DDR4, it's faster than DDR3. That's what I've always had. And 8 gigs of DDR3 did it, so 8 gigabytes of DDR4 will definitely do the job. Not the case at all. So I wish I would have went to 16 because I do notice the game gets the computer gets really sluggish when I'm gaming and streaming at the same time. And even if I'm playing PUBG, I mean, I can't stream and play PUBG. I can't. The buildings don't load in. The one time I landed on a building and I went through the roof and landed in the middle of the house, and then everything loaded in and I was stuck inside of a dining table. Like, my body was literally stuck in the middle of a dining table and there was nothing I could do, so I had to quit the game. I can't really be streaming like really intensive games, or I guess not very well optimized games like that, but I can stream H1. I've been playing some Grand Theft Auto 5 RP, and it seems to do just fine with those games. I'm going to be streaming Destiny 2. Probably by the time this video goes up, I'll be streaming Destiny 2. So we're going to see how that works. And so yeah, you guys, if any of you guys know how to fix that issue, please let me know down in the comments below, or go hit me up over there on Discord. And then I wanted to show you guys some of the cool features of the laptop that I really like. So this is pretty much my rig right here. I have the GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. That tells you the version, my processor, my RAM, because even in here it says 7.89 instead of 8. And then we have a display of 1920 by 1080 at 60 Hertz. So yeah, that's my GeForce. And then I actually want to show you guys something really cool. Let me get into it here. Into FlexiKey. This is a program built into the laptop, and it's to control my keyboard. I can remap it. I can set macros. This is my keyboard as I see it on the laptop. And I can completely customize it, remap it, do whatever I want without any third-party programs. It gives me statistics. I can start recording, or I can start a record and start typing. It can tell me like where my fingers are hitting and all that stuff. My words per minute. I haven't done that yet, but that's pretty much what that does. And then the backlight. I can literally change this keyboard. It's completely RGB. I can change it to whatever I want. Right now I have it set like a hot pink. Just because like I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I like hot pink, and it's a lot easier on the eyes at night when I'm gaming. But I mean, I can literally select the entire keyboard, and maybe it's not going to work now. There we go. And I can set it to green. I can set it to blue. You know, if I have specific colors, I can go in over here and type them in. So I can literally, it's completely RGB. I can set it to whatever I want. And the cool thing is I can actually do partial. I got to click it once, green. Unclick it, click this half, red. And then I have a numpad, and then I can make that blue. Oh, I didn't unclick that one. So I can literally have half my keyboard green, blue, and then red. But I just like to do all. Actually, I'm not even going to save any of this. I can just hit quit, and it'll go back to the way I want it. If I had to give it like a 0, like if I had to rate it on a scale of like 1 to 10, I'd probably put it at, I'd have to say a 7. Because it can play all the games that I want. It can play Grand Theft Auto. It can play Black Ops 3. I haven't tried Rising World yet, but Rising World's a very low-end game. Arma 3 I have not tried yet. It can play RuneScape beautifully. It can play Minecraft flawlessly, 200 FPS easily. Even like on servers like the Archon. So I mean, it can definitely do some gaming. Let's put it that way. Now, when I go to stream and game, it gets kind of hung up, and I've noticed that, say like Fraps right here, it has the startup as administrator. Well, whenever it goes to do that, it will lag. Like, the screen will go black like it does when it'll ask you for administrator privileges. It'll like hang up for like a second or two, and then it'll come over, and then I can click on it. So, I mean, it does lag here and there, and it has its times where, like, it'll just completely freeze up, and it'll get so far behind where, like, I'm hitting Control-Shift-Escape, trying to bring Task Manager up, and I can't, and then I hit Control-Alt-Delete to get into there, and then I can't, and then it, like, slowly catches up, and it, like, will do, like, one command after another, and then once it finally gets caught back up, it's good, and then I can get into my Task Manager and close whatever program is, you know, hitting the computer really hard, which is normally one of the games that I'm playing. One other thing I did have, but it's not this unit's fault, it's a flaw in Windows 10, was I was getting 100% disk usage, and I actually reached out to Barnacle. Go check him out on YouTube. He's used to be a senior software developer for Microsoft for about 15 years, and he ended up getting laid off. And so anyways, I watch his live streams every morning. I hit him up on Twitter. I was like, hey, at Barnacle, I'm having 100% disk usage. What do I do? And he told me how to fix it, and his community even dropped in and gave me a lot of helpful advice, and I did end up fixing that. So yeah, so like I said, if I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I definitely give it a 7. I mean, it does have its flaws, but it does get the job done. I just wish I had more USB ports, and I'd really like to get that RAM figured out. If I can't get the RAM figured out, I'm just going to go ahead and up it to 16. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think, you know, would you guys game on this? Let's put it that way. Do you guys think it's a good PC or laptop, I should say? I think for a laptop, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I might just be used to my old rig that can run like whatever game that I want with OBS and not hang up at all, and it had 24 gigs of RAM and all that other stuff. So I mean, it was a little bit beefy, but I'm sure after I get some money in and all that stuff, I can actually upgrade this and do what I want. So that is going to wrap up this video, you guys. So thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go check out the links down below. There will be plenty down there. There will be one down there for Bart Cleese, to his Twitch and his YouTube, my Twitch, my Discord, and all of that stuff, and my Twitter. And you guys go check all this out. I greatly appreciate it. Share this video if you guys like it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.